divers, they should be looking at a target of minimum 90. It's very important that they calculate the pitch, the way the pitch is playing. This center pitch has been the pitch that has been the most low scoring. The two end pitches the ball has been coming on a lot more. But this pitch, the spinners have gotten a lot more purchase from it. So it's important that you don't set, not unrealistic target like 110 and 120, but set a target that is, attainable in terms of 90. And if you set about getting to 90, what you will find is that you will put yourself in a position where you can maximize that 90 and get it to 100. But if you set about looking for 120, you could find yourself just trying to hang on to get to 70.
Well, interestingly enough, so we will see Karen Ned and Shembrong. We saw the last time the matchup with the Dark V Explorers and the Grenadine Divers. The Explorers use spin to curtail the opening stand of Shembrong because of the more like the pace onto the bat. What do you think should be the approach here of Captain Maloney? Should he open with his normal duo that he starts with, or he should start with the pace?
Well, I expect Maloney to take a cue from the previous matches. I think, as you would have mentioned, that view, I think, is the team that started that strategy of using as many spinners as possible in their inning on this center pitch. As we can see, he's right away. He's going to start with Javid Harry, the left arm spinner, and we expect from this other end here, the commentary, the television booth end, that he will be starting with Lewis. So we're expecting to see a lot of spin. The divers, they are going to have to understand where are they scoring areas, but at the same time, keep rotating the strike and don't get bogged down.
Well, and the resilience of the players coming out of the volcanic eruption, they seem to be now not somewhat get that behind their back, but they are ready for cricket at any given day when they are up to play.
Yeah, exactly. When you would have gone through any crisis, sports is one of the best form of release for you to really free up yourself. And many of these guys love cricket, I am sure, and they're happy to be out there in the middle, doing what they love best. So that's no wonder we are seeing some exciting cricket so far.
So Javid Harry will open the bowling for the Soufriere Hikers from the administrative centre end. So here's the first ball. So Brong is off the mark. Short delivery, pull to backward square. They scamper through for one, which brings Kaden Ned into strike.
Yeah, Harry, what he looks to do usually is to push the ball through. Look to bowl as many arm balls as possible. But this is a pitch where you as a spinner, you want to slow it up a bit and give the ball a chance to grip and get some bounce and turn. But that is not Javid's game, so he will still be looking to bowl tight by pushing the ball through.
We saw left arm bowler Javan Samuel from the Serpent Breakers. He comes in and he slows it up and he extract turn from the track. Do you think this is a approach that Javid should take? He's bowled him. Kaden looking to swing that one over the mid-wicket region. A delivery that struck straight into the centre stump, and the Grenadine Divers have lost their first wicket.
Yeah, I think Javid had decided that he's going to stick to his strength, his comfort zone, which is pushing the ball through. That one was a good length ball, not a short ball for Ned to pull, but he was looking to pull that one. What we would have seen in this tournament so far with the the Annisville Square being completely relayed is that there is a bit more pace in the pitches. So when you actually think that you have time to go back on that back foot and pull, you don't have as much time as you really think.
But would you say that the batsmen, they are somewhat outplayed? Because whether you're a spinner, that ball will just push through. It's a new ball. It's hard. It has not done much. It's just 3 balls, and that ball will come straight onto you. It will skid on because Harry's not spinning that ball.
Exactly. You want to be looking to push that ball more or less down the ground and get your innings going, because the ball is not going to bounce much. It's not going to turn because Harry is pushing the ball through. So you want to, these guys have more time than they really think, you know.
So Hooper, Captain Hooper, comes into the crease, and the first delivery, well played past Maloney there at the mid-on region, and it goes for 4. Whitish mid-on, sorry.
Well, that's a good stroke by Hooper. That ball was a bit fuller from Harry. And Hooper just hitting through the line of that delivery and bisecting the man at cover and the mid off, and that one sped away to the boundary. Good shot by Hooper, and you're gonna see Hooper looking to play a bit straighter than what we saw from Caddy a while ago.
So a mixed bag, we will say, over, wicket, 4. So some 5 runs so far of the over, 5 for 1 the Grenadine Divers. They will look to reconcile this inning so far. So it's the end of the first over. The Grenadine Divers, they are 6 for 1.
Yeah, a good start from the Hikers. They would have been hoping to get all the wickets, because the opening pair for the Grenadine Divers in the last few encounters, they would have been very productive. So getting a wicket in the first over, that's a good start for the Hikers. But I'm sure Captain Asif, with all his experience, and Shembrong, who have some runs under his belt so far with a half century, will be looking to build a foundation and set about the target that they would have, put plans to set about to get.
So it's Atney Lewis. He will take up from the commentary booth end here. Very hot day here in St. Vincent. That time of the season, not too far from the hurricane season. So it will be stinging hot here. And a good day here for cricket. Even though there are some clouds around, it speaks not of rain, but boy, it's still hot. So Hooper and Butler, who do you see will rebuild this innings? As Hooper gets out of that way, a dead ball signaled there by umpire Maria.
Yeah, we saw the bails at the strikers and fell before the bowler delivered that ball, so that's why it was a dead ball. But Hooper and Lewis, they play for the same team locally, so this is a good matchup. Let's see how they're gonna go about it.
Swing and a miss. And Hooper is more of a player who will rebuild innings, but he appears to be one to capitalize still on the power play.
Yeah, you see Lewis looking to bowl it slower. Lewis is usually looking to push the ball through, but he's slowing it up a bit, not giving Asif any pace to work with, because he realized that the pitch is gripping a bit, so he's bowling it a lot slower. And let's see how Asif is going to counteract that, because it's going to be a battle of the wills here,
So the balls have been coming in from some serious battering from the wind. The wind is blowing across the ground, very strong, and you will have intermittent interruptions because of the bill falling from the stumps. So good going so far by Lewis. That happens to be 4 dot balls in the over. Singles should be something that Captain Hooper should be looking for.
Yeah, definitely. You have to rotate the strike. You know, especially your batting left and right combination. It's important that the strike is rotated.
This one is cut away. Well fielded, and not only for the left and right combination, but Shembrong, he has been in some form, and you would want him to face as much deliveries as possible.
Exactly. Shem has been one of your form batsmen, so you want to get him on strike as early as possible. You know, you don't want him to spend too long at the non-strikers and getting frustrated. You know, watching that ball after that ball. And when he gets on strike, he's going to think that he has to do so much, you know, by manufacturing big shots. And then, you know, that could probably be his downfall. So you want to rotate the strike early.
Well, this one is cut. What a magnificent take by Maloney in the cover region. A delivery that was cut and cut powerfully, and boy, the Grenadine Divers lost Shembrong in the second over.
Now we have seen the odd catch put down, but one thing we have seen in this edition for a bunch of guys who have not been playing much cricket, it's some excellent feeling, some tremendous catches. I mean, and this one is right up there at the top, you know, in terms of top catches in this tournament. And it makes a lot of difference when you're taking your catches. When you're confident, you tend to do things that, you know, the ordinary cricket player won't do. You know, so that's what success brings, you know.
Well, what a tremendous catch that was. A diving effort there by Maloney, captain, setting that pace or setting that example in the field, and it puts the Grenadine Divers on a back foot per se. At the end of the second over, 7 for 2, which brings Kevin Abraham to the crease. The current run rate of 3.5 for the guys in the blue.
But this is what dot balls do, you know, because Asif would have bat those dot balls all in the over. You know, Brong figuring that he has to. Yeah, that first delivery from Javid, you know, Asif Hooper is defensive to it. But Brong thinking that he has to force it a bit more because runs is not coming.
So Harry seems to be keeping it on a tight line that they would have planned, and Hooper is some 6 from 10 deliveries. And we know that Hooper at some point will have to up the tempo once he's there, and he have to take the ball by the horn. Would you see a situation where the new batsman that is coming in will appear as if he will have to take up that mantle?
No, I think what the Grenadine Divers need to do from here is to build an inning. You know, those dot balls, they need to cut down on the dot balls, rotate the strike. Once you rotate the strike, you can build a momentum from there and maximize the bad deliveries that you're going to get.
This one is down the leg side. We'll wait for the umpire's decision. And runs is given. So Kevin Abraham gets off the mark with 4 runs. A magnificent shot down the leg side. There's a short fine, but that one evades him very quickly. And the Grenadine Divers 4 more to their account.
Now this is what you're going to get from Harry. He's going to look to angle the ball into the right-hander, so with the strong wind.
A glorious cover drive there from Abraham. It reached just onto the rope, and fast sprinter Benetton recovers that one just inches away from the rope, and they come back for 2.
That's the type of player that Abraham is. You know, he's a bit of a touch player. He will look to stroke the ball through the gaps, and hopefully, if he is there to the end, then he will look to maximize and look to hit the 6s. You know, But this is what they need to do. Build a momentum, you know, in terms of their innings. Get the ball moving around in the field.
And there would have to be a bowler that you will target. We see Lewis bowler a very first good over. This over, the second over here for Harry. At the end of the over number 3, they are 15 without loss, and they have to pick somebody. Who do you see or foresee that they will look to attack?
Well, you have to look and see. The Pacers, I think, might be easier to score off. It's not to say that the pitch is overly difficult, but it's a pitch where you really have to put your head down and actually play cricket, you know. Cricket shots. It's not, you can't go out there and expect to slug your way out of trouble. You have to watch the ball long and stroke the ball in the gaps. And if you can build that momentum, as we saw from Hooper yesterday, then you know you can hit the big shots because you get the pace and the bounce of the pitch and you can do a lot more. But you have to build that innings. 60 balls is a lot more time than most batsmen are really calculating it to be, if they maximize the singles and stuff like that.
So 15 for 2 in over number 3. After over number 3, some 5 runs per over. Neil Lewis continued as Abraham gets this one. Can't pass the Dylan Douglas. Very outstanding, astonishing fielder. Our wrong cricketer. And you we expect to see Dylan coming on at some time with his off spin. Top edge past the keeper and a welcome boundary for Abraham again and the Grenadine Divers. 4 runs and one of the safest shots you could ever play, Butler.
Yeah, but there again you see Abraham thinking that he has time to pull that ball, but that extra pace and bounce that the bowlers are getting from this newly released square, you know, surprising the batsman, and the ball was on to him before he was ready to really play that shot. But a very productive shot in the end. You know, 4 runs is welcome. I'm sure Grenadine Divers will be hoping for a few more of those balls running past the boundary ropes.
So as we continue to see that the Bills really coming in for some devastating blows from the wind, and Abraham is now 11 from 5 deliveries, something that the Grenadine Divers will really at this point. But Captain Hooper, he will have to do more of the rotating of the strike.
Yeah, I think the groundsmen are going to have to look seriously at probably filing out the groove of the stumps a bit more, because the wind is very strong here at the Annisville playing field. Lovely shot.
Glorious shot. He just gave himself that extra touch of room and was able to get that past the man there, and he got 4 more. A tremendous shot there from Abraham.
Yeah, there is a lot of value out there for playing with a vertical bat. That was a lovely shot. Bisect the cover on the mid-off, and that one never leave the ground. It's a glorious shot, really. And this is what we come to expect of Kevin Abraham. He's a very good touch player.
This one beating the outside edge. And is there a standard that you made mention that the groove of the stump should be filed somewhere? Is there a standard that it should be? Well, dead ball signaled by the umpire. I actually thought that once he was bowled, but the umpire signaled dead ball.
I think the bails probably fell off before the ball was bowled.
There you go.
So good call from the umpire, Maria Abbott. Good call.
Very vigilant.
What happened is that because of the constant pounding of the top of the stumps, you know, the groove tends to get shallower and shallower because the top of the stumps tend to go further and further down. So occasionally you just need to, you know, open it up a bit, you know, file it out maybe, so that the bails can fit properly.
Another delivery beating the outside edge. of the bat. It appears that Abraham is looking to still get the ones and twos because the open face that he's playing with. This time he plays a more straighter bat. Would you say that Abraham's timing is as a result of his bat lift? Because different batsmen have different approach and different style in batting, but his bat lift is one that is coming from just about halfway of just above his shoulder, and he missed that ball something of a full length. Does that give him enough time to read the ball off the pitch?
Yeah, I think what you can see from Abraham is he has good hands in terms of he's not gripping the bat too tight. He's very relaxed in his stroke play. So as a result, he allows the ball to come onto the bat and just caress the ball a lot more. His back lift is not that high that he's looking to hit sixes just yet, but you can see he's just looking to stroke the ball in those gaps. But we would have seen from Lewis you can see he would have worked on his game a bit, because we see he developed this delivery now where he's getting the ball to drift ever so nicely away from the right-handers. Where Abraham was looking for that ball to come straight on, but it just kept drifting away from him. Those two balls that beat his outside edge. But it's good cricket. Abraham is looking to build a momentum, and I'm sure Captain Asif Hooper and Coach Ian Allen will be hoping that he can continue on and take this innings as deep as possible.
So Bennington Stapleton comes into the attack, not a start that he would relish. And at the end of the power play, the Grenadine Divers 24 for 2. At the end of the power play, 24 for 2. Hooper is still at the crease, Captain Hooper, and Abraham is there with the skipper. 16 from 9 deliveries, as we see Stapleton taking up the administrative center in attack. And it will be interesting to see how he takes up from the bowlers who have started very well. Well, this is his second wide, so not a really good tidy start that he would relish at this time.
Well, immediately you can see the plan for Bennington Stapleton is to bowl outside off stump and let the batsman hit against the wind. But the first delivery that was a wide, it was very close to being a no ball, almost pitched completely off the pitch of the ball.
And another wide, so 3 consecutive wides. And you made mention that it appears that the plot is to bowl wide. Now Abraham, if I'm not too wrong, he took a leg stump guard with the spin. It appears that he's now batting a middle leg and he's not moving across to that. So if there is any connection to the bat, the third man comes into play and the man out on the sweeper boundary.
Now, Abraham is a player. He likes to be leg side of the ball when he's driving. But as a batsman, when you recognize that the line of attack to you is wide of the off stump, what you probably want to do is to maybe take a middle and off stump guard and force the bowler to go even wider of the wicket and bring those wides into play, and then he becomes a bit more frustrated and bowl closer to you.
So you left and right combination really throwing the bowler offline, another wide down the leg side, and the Grenadine Divers are 29 for 2, and that's 4 extras so far in this over.
Immediately we are seeing the value of rotating the strike. Left-hander comes into the strike and a wide down the leg side. There are 4 runs from the 4 extras from the over already.
A much straighter delivery to Hooper, and Hooper will not want to get Abraham standing on the non-striker end for too long. We see that when Shem went, because the ball, as soon as Shem came on to strike, he struck one straight to cover, which was beautifully taken.
Yes, with mid-wicket open, he should be getting a single there easy.
Great shot. Tremendous shot there. That one had some width on it, and he stood tall and dispatched that past the short third man and the point boundary for 4.
Well, when you had that ball, the ball before, and you hit a boundary the next ball, then you would have more or less make up for that. But the next delivery is what is important. How you approach that delivery. It's important that you don't give the bowler the chance to come back and get that ball in, or even a wicket, but keep that scoring going now. You know, at least rotate the strike.
This one he pegged it to mid wicket, field out there, cleans it up. So it's a bit of pressure here on Benetton. He has been bowling well for the series, and you made mention of it all day on when we started our proceedings. He is in his element. He's bowling just as the captain, but this over is a bit untidy. Nothing to speak ill of. But the Grenadine divers will look to capitalize. A dead ball signal there by the umpire.
The bails falling again at the striker's end.
And the bails falling so often. What as an umpire yourself, what would you recommend since the game has started?
Well, the only other option the umpires have at the moment, they can dispense of the bails and play without the bails. But that's the last resort.
This one is in the air, and it just dropping short, in no man's land, I should say, not short, dropping in no man's land. A delivery that's dug into the turf, short of a length, and Abraham not having enough time, but was able to get that one in no man's land safely. Again, down the leg side. Captain Hooper will feel that he missed out on that one.
Yeah, with fine leg up in the circle, you will feel like you would have missed out, you know. But nonetheless, he gets a wide. He's still there. He has 2 deliveries still remain in the over, and this over has given them some momentum that they will be hoping to capitalize on.
This one is swinging out to the mid-wicket region.
Yeah, this is the reason why I still think that, 80 and 90 has to be at your target, because it is not a pitch where the ball is gonna be coming on. When you compare it, that is to the other 2 pitches, it's not coming on as well. So you have to look to maximize those singles.
Well, so we're seeing Dylan Douglas. He's coming from the commentary booth end. Dylan Douglas around the wicket. Overcuts that one out to the sweeper. And it will be interesting to see how Dylan bowls to Abraham in this contest.
I think Dylan is going to look to still push the ball through and keep it close to Abraham, asking him to take on the win on the leg side. And for the left-handers, he's going to bowl wide of the off stump, protecting one side of the field.
Short of a length, a delivery that is pulled over short fine leg, and he gets the maximum 6 runs to Abraham.
Now, we must say that delivery got what it deserved. It was more of a long hop, angling down the leg side, and young Abraham just helped that on its way and maximize. And this is what, the over before would have done. It given them that momentum that they can kick on from here and get a respectable total on the board.
Another short delivery, pulled out to the deep square fielder, and they get through. Abraham would somewhat feel that he missed out on that as you see him rehearsing his shot, but the wind is a factor with that shot.
Exactly, and this is exactly what Dylan is trying to do, is to get him to play on the onside against the wind, hoping that he will hold out to the deep mid wicket or deep square leg. But so far he has got 7 runs from the 2 deliveries that he would have faced, and you expect him to bowl wide of the off stump to Asif here now, trying to stay away from Asif hitting downwind.
This time pulled it, a short delivery. He made amends with it, and it goes over the top of the mid wicket boundary for 6 more to the Grenadine Divers. A really good pick up momentum here for the Grenadine Divers.
Now this is smart batting by Asif. As you would have seen Asif step across his off stump, because he realized that Douglas is looking to bowl him outside off stump, and good execution indeed.
So there go that bill again. Really been battering here. And as we see the shots, even the shirts for the players are really waving. And it can get very disturbing and frustrating. You as a bowler and as an umpire.
Yeah, as I say, the umpires can decide to dispense of the bails. But what will happen is that once the bails has been dispensed with, for a stump out or run out, all the keeper will have to do, or whoever is effecting the run out, is to just touch the stump, because there's no bail. So that will mean that the wicket has been broken.
And this time another short delivery. So whether the bills is on or it's off, the result of the shot doesn't change. It goes for 6, and we see Hooper now coming into his element.
Now Douglas, I'm sure, is looking to bowl wide off the off stump, but with the strong wind that is also affecting the bails, it's pushing the ball back into Asif, who's stepping outside that off stump and really maximizing.
Close run, and Camper 2 for 1. So at the end of the 6th over, a much looking scorecard for the Grenadine Divers. They are 58 for 2. Abraham, he's on 25, and Hooper, he's on 27.
So as you can see, and in this cricket, it's small, very small margins, you know. One thing going wrong can change the complexion of how your innings is going. You saw that over, the previous over, Benetton struggled with his line and, gave them that momentum to get back into the game. And now they're at a stage where they can really push on from here and build and get that total of 90 or even close to 100, which will be competitive on this pitch. Although we know that the hikers have a very strong batting lineup, but runs on the board is always very important.
Well, we see Sylvan Spencer. He comes into the attack from the administrative center in a medium pacer. He tends to bowl that line and length that is somewhat hard to move. So we'll see how he approaches this one. So just somewhat of a good start in comparison to the last 2 overs. And very alert, they get a second.
Now that was not good cricket from the field on the boundary. Douglas should have made a better throw there, but wicketkeeper Anson Latchman, he still has to do a better job of cleaning up that poor throw. But good alertness showed from Captain Asif, who was frustrated that he didn't. You can see him pointing over cover, saying that that's where that delivery should have gone. But I'm sure he'll be happy to be back on strike.
This time he goes down the ground, long and hard, and well, boy, at one point I thought the spectators in that stand is in mortal danger, but just dropping shy of the spectators, 6 more to the total.
That's a good shot by Asif, getting that front foot out of the way and hitting down the ground. And there's always a lot of value for hitting straight. Now this is what, a small blunder can do, bring him back on strike. And cause him to maximize, that next delivery. As we see the bails continue to give some trouble. And with this strong wind, I'm sure that, the groundsmen, they're going to have to do something with the bails, with the groove of the stump. I think the umpires are going to decide that they're dispensing of the bails. And as I say, once the bails are dispensed with, in terms of run out and stump out, the keeper or that fielder just need to satisfy the umpire that they touch the wicket.
This time a short delivery, one over the fence, another 6, and really good work here. And Spencer is really put under the pump here because this is the first time for the tournament he's going to bowl.
Well, I think this is the second time. He bowled 1 over in the previous game, if my memory serves me right. Yeah. But he's under a lot of pressure here. You have Asif, a very skillful batsman, have some momentum going now, getting the big shots, and he's going to be put under a lot of pressure. Let's see if he's going to go to his slow ball, which is one that he has up his sleeve.
Well, rightly called, and Hooper quickly moves on to 42 from 23 deliveries. Abraham is still there, and that impetus that Abraham brought to the run score really catapult Hooper to where he is now.
Exactly, because Abraham came in and he looked to stroke the ball, in the gaps and rotate the strike. That inning set the pace for the Grenadine divers to, pull themselves out of the pressure that was built by the hikers. So this is really good cricket here at the Annisfield playing field.
And short of a length, pulled down to the deep square, and we are seeing the alignment here for 100, but the hikers will really need a breakthrough in this partnership.
Yeah, definitely, and I think Abraham will think that he missed out there. That one was a short of a length one that he was hoping that he would have hit with the wind to maximize.
Whoa. So the fielder that is up in the circle, and at the end of the 7th over, the Grenadine divers, they are 74 for 2.
Yeah, and we saw 16 runs coming from that over, and the momentum is definitely swinging the Grenadine divers' way in terms of what is happening out there at the moment. Captain Asif, leading from in front, but Abraham is playing a very important inning. He has not batted many dot balls since he went in, and that is what I think made a lot of difference in this partnership. The rotation of the strike for the left and right combination, and as we see young OJ Matthews comes into the attack. He's going to look to be pushing the ball through as well. So it's going to be a good contest coming down to the end here. 3 overs to go. I'm sure that Grenadine divers will be looking to maximize and get past triple figures.
Short delivery, an interesting shot that is, and it goes for 6. Different bowler, same result for the Grenadine divers, and they really will welcome this at this point.
Now, what you will realize is that this is a top cricket shot. Now, this is a defensive delivery.
And another 6. So Abraham really coming to the party here. Boy, he really taking it to young O.J. Matthews. Young or not, you're here to play cricket. You will be disciplined by your seniors.
Now, this is what we spoke about earlier on when we said that this pitch calls for cricket shots. The vertical bat shots are going to give you a lot more, produce a lot more runs for you. All he's looking to do is to stroke the ball. He has not overhit the ball up to now. It's just timing he's using, and this is really good batting by Kevin Abraham, and really supporting his captain well out there.
And a shot, another shot when he would believe that he missed out on that one. So he's 38 from 17.
I'm sure he might be asking himself, why did he change the shot?
Yeah.
Because the same delivery, I'm sure he would have been better off sort of going for the same shot straight back over the long off fielder.
This time he goes down the ground, over the cover this time, and one bounce into the fence. 4 more, the Grenadine Divers 90 for 2 in over number 8.
Momentum. This is what the cricket is all about. Momentum. Who is going to build that momentum? And this partnership has built a tremendous momentum here for the Grenadine Divers. One that they will hoping that they can finish with a flurry.
Wide and short, he could be taken and goes caught outside the sweeper boundary there, and Abraham goes for 42 from 18 delivery, and the Hikers will be the better team at this time to see the back of Abraham.
Yeah, I think Hikers will be happy for that wicket, but Kevin Abraham will be kicking himself. The way he has played those short deliveries, that one didn't get enough baton to it. That one went a bit squarer. He would have been looking to go over straightish cover or long off, but he didn't get enough baton to that one. But a very good inning by Abraham helped to put some momentum back into the Grenadine Divers inning, and I'm sure that he will be hoping that they can really kick on from here and get to that 110 or even 115.
Very good shot, very good take there by Neil. Position himself very quickly, and also good shot there from the ITFX camera crew.
We see him as though his young Davian Barnum has strolled to the wicket. A good hitter, a good strike off the ball, but he hasn't really got going in any of the editions so far. But on repetition, he's a good strike off the ball, and I'm sure that Captain Asif has faith in him. I can see he was gesturing to send him. So let's see. He has no pressure on him. He just has to execute.
Well, Barnum, first delivery off the mark, slight misfield there by the bowler. So end of the 8th over number 8, 91 for 3. The Grenadine Divers in a much better position than they are for the first 3.
Yeah, with 12 balls remaining, I'm sure they will be looking at minimum 2 runs per ball, which is 24, which will get them to that 115 also. Yeah, so I'm sure that the Hikers will be hoping that these last 2 overs that they can reduce the scoring of the Divers, because as we say, the cricket is all about momentum. So who is going to go into the second innings with the momentum is going to be the key here.
Well, Stapleton will come back into the attack from the administrative end. He will bowl the penultimate over. He have gone for 13 in his first over, and he will bowl up to Barnum, who is on 1, just coming to the crease. So I expect that he will turn that strike over to his captain. Swing and a miss.
I'm sure Captain Hooper will be hoping that if Barnum is unable to maximize any of these deliveries, that at least he can get some bat onto the ball and turn the strike over to him. If they remain as they are going presently, the projected score is 113. At 12 and over, they will get up to 115, and at 13 and over, they can get up to 117. So let's see where they're going to finish.
Oh, they got some hand to that. I think they would want to get up to that 117 mark, which will be much better and more competitive of a total. But in terms of the VPL, it has really turned out to be very... yes, you got some hand to that one. The spectators and the persons have really looked forward to the VPL. As you see, the turnout has been even much better, even during the days of the week.
Yeah, well, we know that there's a lot of cricket lovers north of the country, you know, the northwest and northeast, and many of them would have been, you know, had to evacuate from their homes.
Down the leg side, wide, another extra to the total.
Yeah, so they are very happy to get this opportunity to come and watch some cricket and just take their minds off of, you know, what would have transpired, you know, a few weeks ago. So they are enjoying the cricket, they are having fun, and the guys are providing great entertainment, you know, for them.
The shot is struck straight down the ground, past the man there, and bisect both fielders, roll into the fence, and Dylan Douglas will be somewhat disappointed about that because he got some hand to it, but in his effort, he was not able to hold that one.
Yeah, as you can see, Asif Hooper is really going hard here at the ball, looking to finish off the innings well.
So they struck fiercely. 6 more to Captain Hooper, and that, I believe, will bring up his 50. Very well played here by Captain Hooper. I spoke to him earlier on, and he said somebody will have to pay, and I believe this is what he really means when he says somebody will have to pay.
And no better way to bring up both your 50 and bring up the 100 for the team, indeed. And Hooper is really coming to the party for his team here today.
India, down the ground, it's Captain Maloney settles on it, and he takes the catch, and just after he have just reached his 50, Hooper goes, not disappointing in terms of the score position, but he would have wanted to go on a bit further.
I'm sure he would have want to be there for the next 8 deliveries, and if he was there right down to the end, who knows the damage that he would have done to this hiker's bowling. But a very good inning so far, well played by Captain Asif Hooper, but we cannot forget that innings played by Abraham in that partnership, and it's really good cricket.
Well, and the enthusiasm in the Grenadines divers are hot. We see that Grant is the new batsman, Mario Grant. He comes to the crease, and he also can build a momentum to the innings, as we see Benetton Stapleton taking that wicket. So he's 1 for 25 from his 1.5, just one more over shy of his 2 allotted overs, and one more shy of the 9th over. This one is struck fiercely down the ground. Could be taken it is, and Benetton Stapleton ends his spell on a hat trick, and we will have to wait until the next game to see whether or not he will complete that hat trick. It's the second time he's found himself in a hat trick here in this series.
Indeed, but I think Benetton will be counting himself lucky. That one was right in the slot to really maximize and hit out of the ground, but batsman not timing that stroke at all, and the man at long off, Dylan Douglas was not going to drop that straightforward catch. But I'm sure that both teams are going to be looking to finish this game with the momentum. As we see Richie Richards stroll to the crease, and he's on strike for this final over. Let's see what is going to happen here, because both teams will want to finish with the momentum here.
So OJ Matthew continues, and it is something that the Hikers will feel that they are in the better position here because two new batsmen is at the crease. That's the first strike that Richards is facing. Grant hasn't really faced any as yet. Well, he's out. He's out. The delivery was extra bounce on it, and he was able to, a very good take there by the keeper, Lakshman. It's one of the hardest catch we will get to take as a keeper.
Yeah, that was a sharp catch by Anson. Richards was looking to hit that one over point, but that extra bounce that you get in from these pitches again was the undoing of young Richie Richards.
So just after the fall of Captain Hooper, we have just seen a downward spiral of the run rate. I'm not too sure what would have been the message coming out to the batsmen. This one is struck fiercely out to the sweeper. So Harry is off the mark.
Yeah, the new batsman is Javid Williams, and immediately he's off the mark.
Harry and Javid Williams.
Yeah.
So Williams this is. So brings Grant into strike. So Grant goes down the ground. One jumping shot, and they're coming back for two. Slight misfield there by Stapleton. Unacceptable in terms of the standard that the Hikers have.
I'm sure the Grenadine Divers will be disappointed that one of their set batsmen is not there to the end.
Grant pull this one out to Lewis. A very good field there. He got his body behind it, realizing it will drop short, and to not save an extra 3 runs, he was able to stop that one with his body.
Yeah, Lewis putting his body on the line there and saving 3 runs indeed for his team.
Well, he stumped off a wideish delivery, and that brings the end of the innings to a close. The Grenadine Divers, they are 107. They have completed their 10 overs at 107 for 7, just about 10 shy.
Yeah, I think getting the wicket of Asif Hooper would have saved them about 10 to 15 runs, the way Hooper was batting. But 107 on the board, I'm sure Grenadine Divers will still think that that's a total that they can defend as they go into the second innings. Right.
So as we see the Grenadine Divers, they had a very slow start, but quickly as Shembrong, he was bowled by Lewis Cart Maloney for 1, and Ned, he did not really add to the tally. But that partnership between Hooper and Abraham is really what catapulted the innings. 52 from Captain Hooper from 27 deliveries, 42 from Abraham. They were the standout batsmen, and still a contribution from other batsmen. And in the bowling arena for the Hikers, the bowling, we see that the Hikers bowling. So as the dancers get into their rhythm, so the Grenadine Divers, 107 of their 10 overs, and they were well restricted in the last over per se, and they will be somewhat of the most satisfied team going off in the first half here of the innings here at the Dream 11 VPL 3.0 edition. We will take a short break and come back live with the run chase, and will be interesting to see how the hikers take it from here.